Hello, silly people on the internet. I've just finished playing Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic, and I've got some complaints about it. And if you know me, then you know I love yapping, so I made this video. Also, spoiler warning, because I'm gonna be spoiling some aspects of the game to get my point across, so if you haven't played it yet, go do so before watching this. For starters, don't think that I hate this game. I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. Like, if I were to rank it from a modern FNAF game perspective, it'd go right here, below Help Wanted 1. Yes, I'm blinded by nostalgia, so what? Leave me alone! Okay, let's actually get into my first complaint. So you see this character right here? Her name is Jackie. I love her design. She's literally like the only clown in this entire game, and she's silly. Like, it's literally the recipe for the best character. For a role in the game, she first pops out of a music box, and sometimes later, when you get into an office room, she just pops in with like insanely long arms and proceeds to give what is, in my opinion, the best chase sequence in the entire game. Like, during my first playthrough, the fact that her arms can extend that far during the chase sequence literally gave me chills. And when she started popping into the vents, it kinda gave me Poppy Playtime vibes, but it somehow scared me more than Poppy Playtime. So, that's that. And right now you might be wondering, where's the complaint at? You've just been glazing Jackie for like a good minute. And to that I say that the glazing is important to my point, okay? Take a look at the Steam page. She literally appears on the game cover and in the game trailer. And during my first playthrough, it took me about 7 hours to beat the game. And all of the things I mentioned about Jackie happened in like 20 minutes. Why does a character so silly and so overhyped have such little screen time? Like, it did give me a really memorable chase sequence and I enjoyed it a lot, but I genuinely thought there'd be more to her. Like, after she chases you down, you just fall down a vent and appear back in your office, and then she just vanishes for the rest of the game. So that's my first complaint. Jackie deserves better, man. Second complaint. Throughout the game, there's little scenes sprinkled in of this guy. Now, I don't know how he fits into the lore exactly. Like, before this game, I thought he was supposed to be the AI controlling the Pizzaplex. So I don't really know what he's doing here. Guess the tiger got fired or something. Wait, does this game take place before or after the Pizzaplex? Okay, so this is editing errors here. I have a theory, okay? So you know how in the book, David, like Edwin's son, has a white tiger plushie? What if the tiger in this game is actually like Edwin's son, you know? That's just a theory. A game! Either way, ignoring the fact that he looks extremely goofy, the first scenes where he pops up do a good job of inducing fear despite the goofy appearance. That's because whenever he popped up at the start, he would only show up temporarily, accompanied by the sounds of a child before disappearing. Now, I don't really have a problem with those segments. My actual complaint starts when you get into the later part of the game. At one point, you go down some stairs into a really dark place, and there starts what I could only describe as the white tiger chase sequence. Even though it's not much of a chase, but either way, here the white tiger sits in the darkness and you're supposed to keep moving into the parts where light shines through, because standing in the darkness for too long makes you get jump scared. Absolutely despise this part, simply because I genuinely don't understand how it's supposed to be scary. Like, okay, I can see the vision, you know, being trapped in the darkness and constantly looking for the next light while something lurks in the shadows. But that whole vision disappears when I catch a glimpse of the tiger, cause why does he look like that? And look, even if we ignore the part that he looks goofy, the part I hate the most happens when you stare at him for too long. Like, take a look at this. Oh god, not the black and white PNG! Like, I don't know if it's just me, but this part seems extremely lazy. Like, could they not think of a better way to scare the player besides throwing an image in there? Like, throughout this whole part, I was more scared of the little star gremlin you were supposed to pick up. Like, this guy actually looks scary. I thought it was gonna bite my head off if I held onto it for too long, just because of how it looks. But look, you might be saying, why are you complaining about the looks of the tiger? Literally every costume in this whole game looks goofy. But you see, why it worked with the other costumes was in a major part because of the sound factor. Like, the fact that their footsteps were so heavy and they get faster if they spot you, it really made them scary despite the looks. Unlike the white tiger where he just randomly teleports in towards lights and you just gotta move the other way. And there are some footsteps here, so they didn't really forget about the sound factor, but it kinda ruins the whole point if I hear really slow thumps and then in front of me, the white tiger just stands there. Like, I don't know though, that just might be me. I am the biggest white tiger hater in the entirety of the FNAF community after all. Speaking of costumes though, throughout the game the Mimic can take form of countless costumes, some scarier than the others, but I think this mechanic gets extremely repetitive as you get further into the game. Like, okay, I walk into a room, I hear the sound of a costume getting possessed, and then that costume just walks around while I try to avoid it. Like, it's scary the first 10 billion times, but eventually it starts to feel more annoying rather than scary, because it becomes easily predictable. I guess it does balance itself out though, because these parts are squished in between major chase sequences, so you never really get to dwell on them for too much. But I really would have enjoyed it if, for example, as the game went on, instead of one costume being possessed, there's like multiple. And if you stay in that area for too long, they get more aggressive. Or something like that, I don't know. But maybe the Mimic can only control one at a time. Wait, yeah, that would make sense actually. But since we're on the topic of costumes, I'd like to insert a bonus mention here. I fucking hate the chicken! Why does she have roller skates? Who came up with this? Was it you, Edwin? It was probably Edwin. And I do have some bonus complaints that I wanted to include here, but I left them for the end because they might be a skill issue rather than the game's fault. And I know what you're gonna say. Eris, you're a loser. The chicken was the only skill issue here. Anyway, I hate the fact that the guy talking to you in the office doesn't repeat himself sometimes. Like, as I was replaying the game, I was zoning out while he was speaking, and then I went like, wait, where do you say I should go now? And when I tried pressing the button again, he just wouldn't say anything. Like, I would have appreciated a, why are you still standing here? Go to insert location, or you won't get that $25 gift card. And for the second bonus complaint, this one might have just been me zoning out throughout some piece of dialogue again, but during my first time playing, I literally did not know you were supposed to put the collectibles you find into that one machine. Like, by the time I figured it out, both Jackie and Big Top were already dead. Did I mention Jackie deserved better? Jackie is so cool. But yeah, ignoring all of the parts I mentioned, this game was brilliant. I don't think I ever felt so dumbfounded while playing a FNAF game. Like, even without spoiling it too much, the feeling when you get closer to discovering the story and realizing what the Mimic was really built for, and seeing that one video with David's birthday and that one voice message in Edwin's office, like, oh my god, I love this game! Like, even the complaints I mentioned get outshined by all of the great parts in the game. It was truly worth the $40. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and like if you want. And as always, stay safe and stay silly. Did I mention Jackie deserved better?